Hi, crochet friends. My name is Ashley, and today's tutorial is this pumpkin decoration. So we're going to crochet this cute little pumpkin. It's got two sides that we will glue together around a skewer stake, and we can use this to stick in the ground to decorate outside, or we can stick it in our house plants or our plants outside. I think it's just a really cute decoration. Also, you can make this pattern in red to make an apple. You can always give that to your children's teacher for a nice little gift to put in her or his plant. So for our supplies, you will need just a small amount of yarn for your pumpkin and for your leaf. And by the way, this orange is Crafter's Secret Cotton in the color orange. And this green here, this is Peaches and Cream in the color Rosemary. And the hook size we will be using for this yarn, this is these are both category 4 weight yarns. And we will be using see if I can get that, there you go, a 3.125, it's a D3, 3.125 millimeter hook. So this is a little bit smaller hook than the recommended size for this yarn. But the reason why is because we want our stitches to be pretty tight and close, kind of like for amigurumi. So that's the hook we'll be using. We will, of course, need scissors. And to glue this together, I'm just going to use some glue adhesive here. This is E6000 plus. Any super glue will do. And right here at the tip top here, I colored that in with a marker. So any marker will do, or if you want to paint the tip of it, you can do that as well. You can get that to focus. You can get a better look at that. Isn't that cute? So yeah, so if you look, it's pumpkin shaped, but it's also apple shaped too. That's why I said if you want to make this for your children's teacher and give him or her a little plant, stick that in there. Wouldn't that be cute? Or you can make this for yourself. Put this on your desk at work. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay. So yeah, marker, any marker will do fine. Okay, and for the steak, um, okay, so you could use chopsticks, like Chinese chopsticks. That can work. That will fit in a plant. I kind of have one right here. Okay, so this is a Chinese chopstick here. That will work too. That will stick right into a plant as well. But I like to use these for my clay projects. What this is here, this is a shish kebab skewer. So I had picked this pack up here. It comes with 100 of them, which you don't need 100, of course, but I only paid 99 cents for this at Walmart in the grilling section. So we're just going to need just one. I'm sure you can pick these up somewhere else, but for $1, you get a bunch of them. So yeah, so we'll need one of those as well, and or a Chinese chopstick. And yeah, that's all we need for this project. Alright guys, to begin, we will make a magic ring. We will chain 1, and we are going to make 9 single crochets in the magic ring. In my last single crochet, I will not crochet around this yarn tail. So I'll just push that over there. Just going to go in around this strand right here. And then make that 9th single crochet. I'm just going to pull this snug. We're going to slip stitch join in this first single crochet. Pull that tight. For row 2, we will chain 1, we are going to make 2 single crochets in the same chain. That's 1, and 2. In our next chain, we will make 1 single crochet. And now we will repeat that pattern. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So our next chain will be 2 single crochets. Our next chain will be 1 single crochet. And we will just repeat this around. 2 in the same chain. Next chain, 1. Next chain, 2. Next chain, 1. in the last 2 chains, we will make 1 single crochet in each. Actually, let's see. This is our last chain. I'm sorry. The last chain will be 1 single crochet. This right here is our slip stitch joint. It almost looks like a chain, but it's not. That's our slip stitch joint. And then this right here, that is our chain 1. This right here is where we will slip stitch into. So we will slip stitch join. Just gonna wiggle that in there. In our first single crochet. Pull that down tight. I'm going to pull this magic ring a little bit to squeeze and tighten that up. There we go. We have 2 more rows left. So for row 3, we will chain 1, and we will also repeat the pattern of 2 in the same chain. So 2 single crochets, and I'm crocheting very tightly. That's 2. Next chain is 1. Next chain is 2. Next chain is 1. I'm going to repeat that around. Next chain here is 2. Next chain is 1. Next chain is 2. Next chain is 1. Next chain is 2. And just remember, if you're going to crochet this with really tight stitches and tight tension, make sure on your second panel, your second identical panel, make sure you try to do the same. So if it's loose and relaxed, try to do loose and relaxed for your second one. That way it matches up good. So let's see here. So I'm going to continue with, see, the next stitch is 1. Next stitch is 2. Next stitch is 1. Last stitch is 2. And then we will slip stitch join. So right there's our chain 1. Right here is our first single crochet. So we will slip stitch into our first single crochet of the row. Just tighten that slip stitch down. For row 4, we will chain 1, so for row 4, we chain 1. We are going to skip the same chain and crochet into the next. We can get that to focus here. So we will not be crocheting into the same chain. We're going to go into the next chain. We are going to make 2 single crochets. In the next 2 chains, we will also be making 2 single crochets. In the next chain, we will make 1 single crochet. In the next chain, we will make 2 single crochets. In the next 3 chains, we will make 1 single crochet in each. It's 1, going into the next chain. That's 2, going into the next chain. And that's 3. Now, in the next 2 chains, we're going to make 1 slip stitch in each. That's 1. We're going to go into the next chain, do the same thing, and make a slip stitch. And now we are going to repeat what we did on this side right here. So what we did here, we're going to be going backwards. So in the next 3 chains, we're going to make 1 single crochet in each. So it's 1, it's 2, and that's 3. So now In this very next chain here, this chain will get 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. In the next chain, we'll get just 1 single crochet. In the next 3 chains, those 3 chains here, each of these will get 2 single crochets in each. It's 1, 2, next chain, 1 and 2, and the next chain, 1 and 2. So now we are going to repeat what we did here. So if we was to make this backwards, we would chain 1. We are going to slip stitch join right here below that slip stitch join here. And we're going to pull that tight as we can. Pull that up. There we go. Now we are going to clip this yarn tail here. So I'm going to grab my scissors. I'm going to clip that. This right here, we want to pull this to the back. So what we're going to do, if I can get that to focus. Let's see here. It's going from the back. I'm going to poke that right through there. I'm going to put that loop right on the hook. I'm going to pull that yarn tail. See how it's shrinking up? Just want to shrink that up enough just to grab it. Pull that through. Now we're just going to pull that yarn tail like that. If you wanted to make like an apple ornament, you could always just, you know, leave that strand there for an ornament. That's what I like to do, like when I make my heart ornaments. Just grab that loop, pull that through the back, and then you got you know, a little loop. So there we go. So we got our pumpkin. And I'm just gonna spread our stitches here. Oh yeah. So now we need to do is make a second one. That's all we need to do. Let's make our second one. So we'll have 2 panels that we will line up back to back. We'll cut these. Let's trim these down. Doesn't have to be real short. So let's go ahead and let's make our second one. And then we will glue it together. Oh, we need to make our leaf. So go ahead and make your second one, and then we will make our leaf. All right, guys, so now it is time to make our leaf. And this is going to be really quick and simple. And we don't need much of this at all. We only need just a short strand. So we are going to make a slip knot. We're going to use the same size hook. So we are going to chain 4. Oops. So we have our 4 chains. So let's see, we could do this in the back bumps if you want, or you could do it just in the back loops. I'm going to go into the back bumps. The second chain here, you're going to make 1/2 double crochet. So I'm just going to twist this around. So I got 1, 2, 3. So in this one right here, oops, in this back bump right here, I'm going to make 1/2 double crochet. In the next chain in the back bump, I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to make another 1/2 double crochet. In this last chain here, in that back bump, I'm going to make 1/2 double crochet. Then we are going to slip stitch into the same chain. So I'm just going to insert my hook into that same chain. Let's see. So it says slip stitch into same chain, then grab yarn tail from the beginning chains and pull through loop on hook and tighten both strands. So I guess I'm grabbing both those loops, the yarn tail and my working yarn, and I'm just going to pull it through to slip stitch. And that's our little leaf. Now I'm going to clip the yarn tail, and I'm just going to pull this through. There we go. I'm going to tighten that, and there's my cute little leaf. So this one I used a lime green, which this was also Crafter's Secret, the same as the orange. But for this one here, for this tutorial, I wanted to use the Rosemary. Yeah, so we'll just stick this in between the front and back panels and just glue them together. Oh, and also, before we glue this together, I want to let you know, oops, this, I did cut this with some sturdy scissors. I wouldn't use these nice scissors here. I would use some kitchen scissors, some big heavy duty scissors. So what I did was I clipped off about that much of the skewer because I didn't want it so tall. So this one I will probably cut down quite a bit though. That way I have one that's shorter. So I don't have one as tall as this one because this one's pretty tall. Let's go ahead and get everything together, and we will glue everything and put it all together. Alrighty, so I just cut mine down, and my skewer mistake here is it's almost 8 inches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my marker. Let's see, I got light brown, dark brown, try light brown. And I'm just going to color the tip of it here. However you want. There we go. Oops. I've been staining my table up with paint and everything. All right, so I'm just going to line this up where I want. And then I also got my little stem too. And I'm just setting it up backwards because I want this to be my back. And actually, maybe I should I'm gonna leave differently. Maybe like that. So I need to, oops. So I need to cut this down. I'm going to clip this down a little bit more. I don't want it sticking out. All right, so I'm going to use my E6000 glue I got. Oh, darn. Sorry about that. It was all dried up. Okay, so my steak is gonna go right there. So I'm just gonna lay that how I want it. And then my leaf, put it on both sides there. And then I'm just going to put some glue here, glue there. That should be good. That's it. And this glue dries very fast, like cement. But if you want a faster dry, you could always just use like the liquid super glue. That dries within seconds. You could always use that. That'll work really great too. But yeah, so now we'll have. I wanted this one to be my front. It's a little lopsided. Oopsie, oopsie. I didn't mean for it to be that way. There we go. Just had to adjust my stick. Yeah, so we just got to keep pressure on that so it dries good. But yeah, so that is it, guys. And just remember, if you use red, it will look just like an apple. And don't forget to comment in the comment section and give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe. Hit the bell right below the screen. And I will see you all soon with another great tutorial. Bye bye, guys.